But then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to brand new video. Arsenal take on Fulham today. Mikel Arteta's press conference going to be delved into some of the latest team news that he was talking about in that game. We do have an ODEGAARD sickness scare and then a boost with Gabriel Jesus because it has been reported today in the morning by Goal.com that he might be back in this game. He might be in contention to play a part in this game. So hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Odegaard is a big scare for me. It's actually a very, very big scare. And when I saw that, I was like, if you lose a player like Martin Odegaard right at this minute, that actually means a lot. He's been on fire. He's been in form. He's one of the players that have been really consistent in the past, I think, 3 months, ever since we came out from the World Cup. He's actually been doing very, very well. And he's a player that Arsenal cannot even afford. We can't even think about, losing Martin Odegaard. But of course, he didn't play in that UEL fixture against Sporting Lisbon because he had a sickness. Okay, so he was in the squad. He traveled with the squad, but then he never made it to the bench because Mikel Arteta says he had that kind of sickness that couldn't actually permit him to play in that game. We're going to be listening in. I'm going to be reading Mikel Arteta's quotes, exactly understanding what he was talking about, what is the problem with Martin Odegaard, what is the update on Gabriel Jesus, and some of the other, few quotes on Fulham as well. So get involved in the comment box below. Talk to me. Do you think we can beat them? Do you think we can beat, Fulham? Is it a game where you feel like Arsenal, could go into that one, very, very comfortably, pick up 3 points, and then we actually move on? Let me know in the comment box below. I'll be very, very glad to listen in from you. Right. So Mikel, first and foremost, was asked about whether Gabriel Jesus will play a part in this game and said, let's see. He will only have one. He says he will only have one more training session. He really needs to feel confident and ready to do that. And he's got a big say in that as well. So, look, this is Mikel here now saying Gabriel Jesus needs to have a big say whether he's ready to play, and he also needs another training session, to confirm whether he's okay to play. This is very, very different from the press conference where we were talking about, him saying that Gabriel Jesus is not far away. Gabriel Jesus, will be back in contention as soon as possible. Right now, he's saying that it will depend on the player. And the way we know Gabriel Jesus is the kind of guy that will ask to play football even when he's not all right, even when he's not okay. I trust him to play, football even when he's not okay. So Mikel coming out and saying that at this moment, it depends on Gabriel Jesus, right? We will assess his needs. If he's confident to come back, and if he also feels okay to come back, then he definitely will come back. Look, I think Mikel finds himself in a very, very difficult situation. And I was reading the piece from Charles Watts on Goal.com, and he literally was saying that right now Arteta has no choice. Martinelli is playing as a left, as a striker. We all know what Arsenal get from him as a left winger. You don't have Edin Ketia, you don't have Leandro Trossard, who's scheduled to come back before the international break. But then that is not definitive. We do not know whether in this game or in the next game or in the next game. Okay, so I think Mikel finds himself in a very difficult situation where you need to keep on winning games. You need your forward players, right? Right now he has 3 forward players. He has 3 center forwards injured. Trossard, who had actually fit into that role very well. Edin Ketia, who did perfectly well, reacting to the injury of Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Jesus, who actually picked up an injury during the World Cup, in Qatar. So, if I were Mikel Arteta, what would I do? Probably the only thing for me to do, if you're Mikel, is you play him. You play Gabriel Jesus in the Fulham game at the Craven Cottage, and this is my reason. The problem I have with such games, Craven Cottage away, Goodson Park away, they will deduct points from you. They will clubs like Fulham will take points from you. And when they play Man City, they'll actually lose. And that's my problem. So I want us to play our best 11, right? And if Martin Odegaard doesn't play in this game, I think we will actually miss him. We will really, really do miss him because without Joao Palhinha, for Fulham in midfield, the only player that is going to thrive, the only player that's going to steal the show is Martin Odegaard. But of course, let's wait and see what Mikel Arteta says about let's see what comes out of the lineup at 4 p.m. Right. Mikel, on if he has any problems with our players' behavior after we were charged with over celebrating. Of course, that always happens, doesn't it? We are always charged with something, all the time. Mikel says, when you win football, you celebrate because it's very, very difficult to win. Look, what I don't understand for me is I don't hear other clubs being curtailed, being, told not to celebrate. I don't hear all that from the FA. All I hear is Arsenal players are celebrating too much. Arsenal fans are celebrating too much. Arsenal officials are celebrating too much. I thought that if you set up a high level league that is so competitive like the Premier League, that is the effect. That is what you expect. You expect a lot of celebrations. You expect huge celebrations. That's what I actually thought. But I think I was wrong. I was purely wrong. I think it's very, very far away from that. It's so far away from that. And I don't even get it. I really don't get what Arsenal is charged with when they say you guys are over celebrating. Like, it's pure nonsense. It's totally pure nonsense. I don't understand that. In my own opinion. Mikel, if you were surprised with the charge, it says if you want a passion and emotion, there is nothing better than scoring goals and winning football matches. It's not on me to judge. And look, yeah, I think he's right. And that's what I'm talking about. Football has always been an emotional game. And you look at most of the football clubs around the world, not only in the UK, but most of the football clubs around the world, they were built on the basis of history. For example, you look at clubs like Barcelona and Madrid, and you look at where the El Clasico stems from. You look at Manchester United and Liverpool. You look at Arsenal and Spurs, the proximity and living together. It's why it is called football. Like, it's more than just kicking the ball. It means a lot. It's why we have a trophy. It's why we have billions and billions of people injecting billions and billions of money to buy clubs, right? So if Arsenal win a game and we can't celebrate, it's literally telling us that you would prefer the Arsenal that we've had 18 years where Arsenal don't win games, Arsenal don't win silverware, Arsenal don't compete for silverware. Our value is dropping on the stock market every day. We're losing fans every single day. We're not recruiting any younger fans. It's ridiculous. It's purely ridiculous. And look, just like Mikel, I don't understand it. I really, really don't. Mikel, on if he will tell his players not to celebrate if we win on Sunday. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. And he says, no. For sure, no. We have to celebrate. Come on, we have to celebrate. Like, that is the most stupidest question I've had. Mikel Arteta on Ban Leno's displays for Fulham. As says, I'm sure, and I'm really, really happy for Ban. He's a really, really good goalkeeper. We knew that. I'm really glad that he went somewhere where he's happy and performing. I want to ask you guys in the comment box below, and I just this is simply an opinion, right? Is Ban Leno better than Aaron Ramsdale? I just want to get your thoughts there. Is Ban Leno better than Aaron Ramsdale? I would love to have your thoughts. I'm going to be coming back to that. But is Ban Leno better than Aaron Ramsdale? If you had to choose one goalkeeper of these three, Ban Leno, Emi Martinez, and Aaron Ramsdale, right? Who would you go for? I would love to have your thoughts there. Because for me, this is what I'm going to say. I would go Ramsdale number 3, Emi Martinez number 2, right? Yeah, he's a joke, is a name, but he's still a very, very good goalkeeper. He's one of those goalkeepers that I really, really rate so highly, right? So I would go Ramsdale 3, Emi Martinez 2, and Ban Leno number 1. Now, all this crap of the goalkeeper doesn't use his feet very well. I think I do understand where it comes from. And Leno is not comfortable in possession, is he? Emi Martinez is also not great with his feet, right? But Emi Martinez is a World Cup winner with Argentina, with his shit feet. I would prefer a goalkeeper that can put that can, serve more than play with his feet. Like, to be honest, I'm kind of traditional, but I would love to know, of those three goalkeepers, who's the best goalkeeper? Because they were all Arsenal goalkeepers, and suddenly we lost one of them, or actually two of them. On whether we sold him too cheaply, Mikel says, I don't know. Of course, it was a bargain. It was a bargain. If I'm Fulham, I'm having a laugh. Who sells Leno for 3 million? Yes, there are a few add-ons that take the deal to what? To 10 million. And what are the add-ons? The add-ons could be that if Fulham stay in the Premier League, which they will, if Fulham win the Champions League, which they will never, if Fulham get to the UEFA Champions League positions, which they will never, if they go to Europe, which they might not even realize this season. So it's ridiculous. If you're selling a goalkeeper like Leno, for me, it is not less than 15 million. To be honest, it is not less than 15 million. If we buy, we brought in Aaron Ramsdale for close to 30 million pounds. 30 million pounds. Yes, he's got a bigger resale value, a bigger ceiling. He's he's a younger goalkeeper. But Leno for 3 million. We were cheated there. We were cheated. Mikel on players struggling with illness. He says, we lost Martin on Thursday. He could not make it to the game. And Kieran as well as the injured players. But hopefully nobody else picks it up. And we have a full squad to face against Fulham. And also Mikel Arteta on whether Martin will be okay for the weekend. He says, I hope so. He doesn't actually commit to that one. He says, I hope so. So there is no guarantees that Martin Odegaard will actually be fit for the weekend. He just says, I hope so, right? So now I don't understand, guys, what kind of illness is going around in dressing rooms. But all I'm hearing is that we have a few players in our dressing room. Kieran Tierney picked up an illness. That illness actually had been picked up by Jorginho earlier, and now Martin Odegaard. Now I don't know if this is just kind of a flu, a cold, which is like Mikel said, it happens every single time, okay? Like it happens all the time. It's always, it's always happening. But could this be COVID? I'm only throwing it out there. I'm not saying this is COVID. I'm only throwing it out there. Could this be COVID? Because this is an illness that has affected 3 Arsenal players within 1 week, within a space of 1 week. Odegaard, Jorginho, and Kieran Tierney. I'm only kidding, but I really hope it's not COVID, because if it is, that is the worst. Like, that is the worst experience we want to go through as a club, especially right now that we are fighting for the title. So, question then, if Odegaard doesn't play in this game, who do you want to replace him in the system? Is it Emile Smith-Rowe or is it Fabio Vieira, right? Against Fulham. Fulham is going to be a very, very difficult game. We are away from home. It's a game where literally every single team that has gone at the Craven Cottage this season has struggled. Like every single team that has gone there, they have struggled. They're scoring a lot of goals right now. They have a player in form in Maina Solomon, who was literally actually linked with Arsenal. I think that was a couple of years ago. He was linked with Arsenal, I think in January 2021 or January 2022. I think he was linked with Arsenal in January 2022. And we decided not to sign him. And he came to Fulham and is doing wonders there, okay? And of course, in that midfield, without having Joe Palhinha, it doesn't mean that it's over. I think they will still play their fluid football. I think they will be all right as a club. I think they will really, really be all right. So I want to know, if Odegaard doesn't play, who should be replacing him, and how much do you think we would miss our captain? Because for me, one of the best players Arsenal have, isn't it? All right, so let's have. I'd love to have some of your comments here. Carrie says, hello, Cossy. How are you doing? Bro Kumaket says, hello, Cossy. Good afternoon, Cossy, from Migade Michael as well. Jam says, we miss you, Cossy. I missed you too as well. I really, really did. It's not a long time. It's not a long time. Come on. But I missed you too as well. Alan Woe says, it's hard game. We need our A game. Yeah, it's a game where we'll need to step up. It's a game where, Arsenal will need to, get out of that comfortable zone and play really, really good football. Now, I don't think Arsenal we lose this game. Like many people are predicting, oh, this and that. But I think it's one that will actually taste us. It's one that will either prove that we are ready for the Premier League, championship battle against Manchester City or not. But I don't think it's a game we will lose. Not at all. Right? Okay. Tustin says we can win the match. John says, good afternoon from Fleetwood Celarion. Good afternoon as well. Magton. Is that Magaton? Right. I urge Mikel Arteta to buy strikers in order to win the Premier League because we are in fire form now. Yeah, look, the window is open. The window is closed actually. So all we can do in terms of bringing in new players is maybe going out there in the summer and try to add that quality. And then for me, I think we will be better. I think we will be better Premier League contenders next season. Even if we win the title this season, I think Arsenal will be much better Premier League contenders the next campaign. It's only my opinion, but I think we will be better Premier League contenders next season. Okay, Michael says it's about creating many chances. If Fab can create them, we are good to go. Fabio Vieira. Can Fabio Vieira create chances as Martin Odegaard? Look, I look at Bernardo Silva, right? And I want to remember the comments of Pep Guardiola on Bernardo Silva, because he said with Bernardo Silva, it's not about the goals, it's not about the assists, it's about how he helps them play well. And I think Fabio Vieira is that kind of guy who comes into the team, maybe doesn't score a lot of goals, maybe doesn't assist a lot of the times, but if he can facilitate the way we play, if he can, allow us break through the lines, if he can, allow us, do those great transitions, I think he's got a little bit more pace than Martin Odegaard. I don't have a problem with him. The problem I have with him actually is when we play him in that number 10 role and all our focus is waiting to see how many chances he's going to create, how good are the chances he's going to create, and then in the end, it doesn't come out the way we want it to, right? But I really, really don't have a problem with him. I really don't. I like him. Everybody knows on this channel. I really, really like that. I really, really like that boy. Okay. Candole says very big worry. Yeah, it's a very big worry for Martin Odegaard. Very, very big worry. He's literally he's our best midfielder by far, by a mile, ever since the World Cup. He's been very consistent. He adds the flair to the game, and then he adds that maturity and professionalism to the game as well. The few times when I've looked at him and he's always I think it was the Leicester City game. Martin Odegaard had 7 key passes in that game. But then you've got to remember that was a game away from home. And against Aston Villa, I think he had around 4 or 3 key passes in that game. So when you're looking for creativity in the Arsenal team, if you're looking for who's our best creative player, it's by far Martin Odegaard. Thanks, Cossy, for the show, Mr. Cossy. I hope we will win 3-0. Says Paul. Alexander says yes, we can win the game today. Clifford says yes. Cossy, it's bad for our captain. It's bad for our captain, but we're going to win 2-0. Fulham, I love you, Cossy. You are doing a great job for us. Keep it up. I'm Clifford from Zambia. All right. Thank you so much, the people from Zambia. Much love to you there. Jen says Fulham is a difficult team to play away. Arsenal needs to start the game with really, really high tempo. Good luck to the lads. Absolutely. Very, very. Look, they're scary side. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared of them. Kirabu Derek says whoever is going to be there, I hope and believe they will get a positive result. Ahmed says Martin Odegaard is playing. Look, he trained, but Mikel says I hope so. And when a manager says I hope so, it means there are no guarantees, right? Mikel is one of those managers that never play mind games. I've seen him play mind games a few times, but they're not really his thing. I've not taken him as a manager that loves mind games, all right? So if a player is back, he says, sure, we have him back, and we'll see if we'll play him. If a player is out, he says, sure, he's out, but we want to have him as quickly as we can. But this time it says we don't know. We don't know if Martin Odegaard will play. All right. Arsenal have good record away from the Emirates, but we are trusting our team. That's Akandole. Yeah, we've really done very well, Jackson. We've really done very well this season away from. I think it's our away record better than our record at the Emirates Stadium. Like, to be honest, okay, we lost at the Goodson Park. We lost at the Manchester City. Okay, no, we lost at the Goodson Park. We lost the game at the Old Trafford. We drew a game. We drew a game. I'm trying to recall at Southampton. I think those are two losses and one draw. But then you look at our home record. We've lost to Manchester City. We drew against Bournemouth, and we also drew a game against Brentford at home. Okay, so our away record is actually similar to our home record. We've won more away, and actually we've won the same number of games away, and we've drawn the same number of games away this season as compared to what we've done at home. That's impressive. That's really impressive because listen, I said it last season that if Arsenal ever want to win the title, we need to reduce the number of games we were losing. That was number one. But then we also needed to reduce the number of games we were losing on the road. That's what clubs like Manchester City do. That's what clubs like Liverpool have always done in the last 6 years. Liverpool have been losing 4-5 games this season. Like 4-5 games a season. Can you believe that? Losing 5 games a season and drawing 3. That is 8 games. And then picking up 30 wins. Like 30 wins. The moment you pick up 30 wins, that is 90 points registered. And that's why Manchester City and Liverpool have been on that run of 93 points, 89 points, 91 points, 99 points, 100 points. When Liverpool won it, they won it with 99. Manchester City, I think the previous season, the season before, had won it with 100. Okay, so I think our record has been really great this season. Really great. Alan Wall says, I think Jesus will make it on the bench. If we do good, he stays on the bench till Palace game. Let him come on. Let him come on if only we are lacking creativity. Yeah, but the problem we are having here is he's a player that wants to play as a player that we need right now. We don't have options. We are facing a lack of options. That is the problem we are having right now. Yeah, that's the only problem we're having. Is it just back today? Says Emma. Let's see. But Mikel says, he's in contention. Shafiq says Leno is far better goalkeeper than Ramsdale. Rob Podcast says, hi, Cossy, Ramsdale is okay with Arsenal. Someone says, it is a must win for Arsenal. Push up the pressure. Ebo says, Cossy, it's going to be a hard game because with Martin, he receives the ball very confident with... can mount pressure on the opponents, can supply the strikers, and can also hit the back of the net as well. Yeah, I think it's the complete midfielder. Look, I look at him and I look at James Maddison, and the more I look at them, the more I believe that we need James Maddison. Because for me, Martin Odegaard doesn't restrict and doesn't limit James Maddison from playing for Arsenal. I actually feel Odegaard is a better player with a player like James Maddison on the pitch. Like, Odegaard loves to carry that ball, and then he loves to exchange passes with an intelligent player in that final third. I think that could be James Maddison, to be honest. But look, if you don't have Odegaard, the game is different. It's like City without Kevin De Bruyne. The game is different. Okay, Robert, big up to you, Robert. Says hola. And then Mugala says, hey, Cossy, how are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing very well. Tugume says, hey, Cossy, I love your show. We will win. Mr. Amibani says, let's go Gunners. All right. Hit the like button, people, if you're watching live. Of course, if you're watching this on replay, you could also be good to watch to hit the like button. Ahmed says, Charles Watt says Jesus and Trossard are in the team they're in contention. I don't think Trossard has a chance to play in this one. Yeah, I've seen what Charles has put out. I don't think I don't think Trossard is in contention to play. Trossard might return for the Fulham game. Okay, if Trossard plays in this game, I'll be very very surprised. But with Jesus, I don't think I will be surprised. Okay, Johnny says Leno can't be ahead of Ramsdale. Leno is not a ball playing goalkeeper. That is my problem. That is my problem. The most important attributes of a goalkeeper have been redefined. There's no question there. They have been redefined. But the question is, are the most important attributes of a goalkeeper his ball playing abilities, or are they his ability to shot stopping abilities? That's where the debate is, okay? That's where the debate is. Jen says the worst result we can bring away is a draw. We need to, no, it's not even a draw. We need to win this game. After City winning, I thought Palace could get a result in that game, but, Michael Olise, that was a very bad penalty to give away. That was a really, really poor penalty to give away by Michael Olise. And the moment City scored that goal, it was game over for Palace. They didn't have any creativity in that game. All right. Hi, Cossy, don't worry. Arsenal is on fire at the moment, and we have an option, says John Donkin. Alan Ward says, we drew against Newcastle and Brentford. Cossy, not Bournemouth. Yeah, Brentford, not Bournemouth. Yeah, exactly. We've beaten Bournemouth home and away. We've scored 6 goals against them this season. And I think the second one was not very, very comfortable, but I mean, you could go with it. Ken Rutter says, I love Smith Rowe compared to Vieira because I like it when Arteta makes him play. Is Smith Rowe better than Fabio Vieira as a midfielder? No. But on the flanks is a much, much better option. If you're going with a wide player, right? Like Emil Smith Rowe as a wide player, much better than Fabio Vieira. But if you're looking for that number 8, number 10, Fabio Vieira is the guy for you. Trust me. We're gonna win with a clean sheet, says Prince. Shita says Shita Sahid, Cossy, well done. I think we are going to miss our captain today, but it is a win. Look, he's sick, but we are still waiting for that late fitness call, right? So let's wait and see if it's gonna happen. Akiram says Arsenal, Arsenal all the way. Jen says our system begins right away from the back. Goalkeeper, ball passing, and distribution is very key from our goalkeeper. True. That is absolutely true. That's absolutely true. I can't disagree with that. Ajebi says today is a sure win. No one should worry. All right. That's actually better. That's actually very, very. That's actually much better. Look, you can't help it to panic. You're always gonna panic because in most cases, when a player like Martin Odegaard is not around, you don't have Gabriel Jesus in the team. You're always gonna panic. But I pray and I hope that he makes it to the squad, at least on the bench, at least coming from the bench, right? I really, really hope so. Now, I will be coming up with a preview and everything later on. Hit the like button for me, subscribe to the podcast as well. And let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Why not? I'll speak to you right in the next one. Because be sure to, check out, be sure to check out the 90 More podcast. I'm always there as well, doing a lot of analysis and transfer news.